what's up? My name is John Bonjour. I'm a comic artist and film enthusiast. I haven't drawn any art because, again, I'm not doing that for any of the Oscars movies, but I would like to enthuse about Wicked today, and I'm as shocked as you are. I loved this movie. So Wicked was directed by John M. Chu, stars Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande as Elphaba, and oh, I should know this. Galinda, I know this. And I said it before, I'll say it again. I am 100% astounded to tell you that I fully adored this movie. This will probably be a relatively short video just because I don't know that I have that much to say about this movie other than, boy, was it fun. Just like a great time. I'll probably spoil some of it. It's been months, so if you haven't seen it, go watch Wicked. Even if you think to yourself, I'm not really a musicals guy or gal. I'm not really into that kind of thing. I don't really like Wizard of Oz. I have no connection or affinity to any of the things in this movie. I really think you should check it out because that's where I was, and now I am counting down the days to Wicked 2, Part 2, Wicked for Good. Is that what they're calling it? I'm counting down the days because this was absolutely incredible. Let's start with a couple of things that don't work because there's like 2 or 3 things that don't work. One, the ending should have been cut like by 30 seconds or whatever. There's a really cool moment where there's like this big powerful end and another 30 or 40 seconds of just kind of strange filler. Would have been a much better ending if they had just cut right after that big cool powerful moment, that last riff of that song. Not a huge deal. Also, there's a really strange moment, and my sister pointed this out to me. I didn't even notice it, but there is a really strange moment where Michelle Yeoh's character she has this strange moment where she gets the opportunity to show that she can control the weather. I guess so that we know that she can talk through clouds later, but it's this really very strange moment where she's like, don't worry everyone, it's raining, but my thing is weather. It feels like the introduction of like an X-Men character in a way that I don't think is very good. That said though, those are 2 pretty minute problems to be having with a movie, and I can't think of a single other thing that I didn't love about this movie. So let's get into some things that work really well. First and foremost, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are incredible in this movie. They are so watchable. They're so engaging and energetic and fun. Not always just lighthearted and easy characters, but they're so engaging and so committed to playing these characters. Ariana Grande, I had no idea. I need to be sending a lot more respect her way because she's hilarious. Every moment that she was on screen was just incredible. She is so funny in this movie. The little awkward moments, the little judgy bits that she has, the way that she starts her character, her arc is really good as this really just mean girls-y, very like high school bitchy character, and then turning that into this really tender-hearted, interesting, still a little flighty and a little mean sometimes and not really noticing it, turning her into this character that sees, that transition point where she sees Elphaba for who she is, not someone who doesn't care what people think, but someone who is hiding that she deeply, deeply does care what people think, which is exactly what she's doing. I think that's beautiful. This is so funny because I'm making a video many, many months after the Wicked movie comes out, talking about the Wicked movie, having never seen the Wicked show, only listening to a couple of the songs from Wicked. I'm not gonna add anything new to this conversation. I really have nothing that is gonna be a new analysis of the characters. I have nothing that's gonna be a new presentation on how this movie was handled. I have no thoughts on how it was an adaptation. Haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you. All I can say is that everything about this movie works on a level that sold me from like 2 minutes in. Visual effects are absolutely great. The CGI is really, really good, which is it's good to see. It's nice to see a movie with some talking animals that doesn't feel like a bunch of people talking to ping pong balls. They're very well handled, incredibly well done. They're beautiful. The world is also built around them in a really cool way. There's a goat professor who has like, he's got hooves, so he like can't make normal tea. He's got like an apparatus to make a different tea, which I thought was just a really cool little ad. But also like the world itself, the practical sets, the costumes, the CGI elements like the train, the Emerald City, all of these things are so attentive to detail. they're so brilliantly created. The costuming is some of the best I've ever seen. It's beautiful, it's ornate, it's flowy. Each thing has a different thing to say about whatever character is wearing it. And I'm talking about background characters as much as I'm talking about the main 2 or 3. It's crazy to me that this movie was made in this way. I would have expected something a lot more along the In the Heights kind of thing, or like that West Side Story, which just feels like almost obligatory in a number of ways. This, on the other hand, really feels like they wanted to make the best possible Wicked movie that they could. It has nothing to do with, we know there's money in musical adaptations. It's got nothing to do with feeling like you probably should get this character to look right. It's like they took, I assume, what was on the stage, and they went, okay, that's all great and beautiful. How do we make that something that is worthy of being on screen? Which is really funny because this is in the same year that Emilia Perez was nominated for an Oscar. And yes, that will be my punching bag for the rest of the year. Like, I can't believe that Wicked and Emilia Perez were both musicals that were both nominated for Best Picture. This is why I say that if Emilia Perez wins, I'm never watching an Oscar again. Other things I really liked about this movie, it's so frantic. The way that it's shot is so energetic. If I said at the end of this to my sisters and wife, the people I watched this movie with, if James Gunn can capture the excitement of the flying in this movie, even 75% of the excitement of flight that is presented in this movie, Superman is going to be incredible. The way that they do the flying, the way that they do all the little magic bits, all the world building, all the character bits, everything is so energetic and poppy, but not in an empty, vapid way, but in a way that feels like its own world. It feels strong. It feels bright and colorful and exciting. And it's just nice to see a colorful, bright movie. It's good. It's good to see. I missed these kinds of movies. We haven't gotten one of these kinds of movies in a really long time. And not only that, I also love that it's nominated for Best Picture, because it should be, quite honestly. Other things that work really well, the music. I mean, obviously the music is good. That's what made Wicked super popular, I assume, is that some of the music is really catchy and really good. I was a little surprised that I felt like most of the songs in this movie weren't full songs. I don't know, I'm trying to pick up on what I'm saying about that. The Wizard and I felt like a very full song. Defying Gravity was broken up pretty significantly, but it felt like a full song if you put it all together. And Popular felt like a full song. But those are kind of the 3 that I can think of that felt like full set pieces built around a song. Everything else is little moments of songs and sections of songs, and maybe that's just how the musical is. I genuinely, again, don't know. But it was interesting because I feel like the movie knew exactly where to sit and where to spend time. It's a 2-hour and 40-minute movie, and it's not 2 hours and 40 minutes of songs, and yet I still felt like there was a lot of singing. It felt like it never forgot that it was at its heart a musical, and that was the point of what it was doing. Emilia Perez, and I can't keep taking pot shots. I don't even want to connect this to that other nonsense movie because this one was so good. The thing that I'm reeling from most, and then I'll kind of get out because I really don't have anything more to say, but the thing that I'm reeling from most is that I don't like musicals as a general rule. I don't dislike them as a general rule, but it's not a selling point for me. I have to be kind of sold on there being a musical element. And this is one of my favorite movies now, and that's crazy. This is one of the best movies that came out last year. I want to watch it over and over. I want to own it on 4K. Like I want to have this movie, which is always a good sign for me when I finish a movie and I go, okay, yeah, I need to own that one. That's how I can kind of judge whether or not it was a really solid movie. If it's really pretentious or really sad, maybe that'll change. But like for a movie like this, something that's supposed to be crowd pleasing, if I finish it and I go, yeah, that was all right. Like Red One, it was okay. If they made a Blu-ray of Red One, I wouldn't buy it. I just wouldn't. It was all right. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I felt the same way about If. Pretty fun. Not the best, not terrible. It was okay, but I'm probably not going to buy it on Blu-ray. I would absolutely buy Wicked. I look forward to it. For a part 1, I think they did a great job giving each character a solid arc. Jeff Goldblum is the best. I love him so much, and he plays the wizard so well. One other thing I didn't like, I guess, is that it's called Shiz University. It's dumb. I know it's from the thing. I know it's from the play. It's dumb. Don't change that. That's maybe there's a reason. I'm really showing my cards here. I don't have anything horrible to say about it, and the things that are bad I might be wrong about, so like I'm gonna get out of this video. The point being, I absolutely loved Wicked. I would not be sad if it won Best Picture. I don't think it will, but I wouldn't be sad if it did. And I'm just glad that I saw it. I think that this is just such a tremendously rousing success. I think it's so much fun. I can't wait for part 2. And if you haven't seen Wicked because you're not a huge fan of musicals, give it a shot. You might still not like it, but give it a shot. Thanks so much for watching this video and checking out my channel. If you'd like to hear more of my thoughts on movies, comics, TV shows, I guess musicals, if you feel like that's something you want, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and comment down below what you'd like me to review next. Or do none of that because I am not your dad.